Shalom, everyone. Welcome back. The Talmud tells us an interesting saying, which is very common and very well known. Im ein anili mili. If I am not for myself, who will be for me? In other words, the first person that you need to take care of is yourself before you take care of everyone else. You know, when you're on the airplane and they give you the spiel at the beginning before the plane takes off, they say if the oxygen mask drops down, first you take it and breathe in it, and then give it to your child. Why do they do that? You'd think that you want your child to live more than you, but really, it's saying that if you don't have oxygen, if you're not living, you're not going to be any good to your son, to your daughter. So therefore, you have to come first, and then after you can help everybody else. And that is so true in life in general. First, we need to take care of ourselves, and then we take care of everyone else. If we cannot take care of ourselves, we will not be able to help everyone else. In Judaism, we know that charity is a very, very important principle. Taking care of other people, giving to other people, and there is a level of charity a progression of charity from higher to lower. The highest form of charity is, of course, to give to people who are in basic need of it and who will borrow it and will be able to pay it back, or to give it anonymously. But in other words, also, it is important that when we give charity, who should we give it to? Well, our sages tell us the first person you should give it to is yourself, to make sure that you have food to eat, make sure you have shelter. You're the first one that has to get it. And then comes your family. So before you start giving charity to the synagogue or to other types of charities or whatever, first you have to give to your own family to make sure your family is taken care of. Recently, I was talking to a young man who was having a very difficult time of it, and I asked him, why don't your parents help out? No, my parents, they don't have anything to do with me anymore. And I was thinking how sad that is, because I know his parents, and her parents are very charitable people. They give to the Jewish Federation, and they give to their local synagogue, and they give to Heart Association. But to their own son, they're not giving, they're not helping him. Well, there could be reasons, good reasons for that. Maybe he has been very difficult over the years, but still, a son is a son. He's your child, and you have a responsibility to give to him first and foremost. After you give to your own family, you give to your own community. For your community comes before other communities. And that's something also to be a consideration. After your community gives is your city, and after your city is your state and your country, etc. And so forth it goes. As Jews, we know that a very, very important part of our giving and our responsibility is to Israel, and to make sure that Israel is taken care of. After all, if we are not going to take care of Israel, if the Jews are not going to support Israel, who is? So certainly that is true not just for Jews, but for everyone, for the Catholics, for the Protestants, for the Hindus, for the Muslims, for everyone. First, you need to take care of yourself, your own community, your own people, and then after that, you can take care of everyone else. We're coming up to an election tomorrow, one day away. And many people are asking, who should I vote for? And what considerations should be the important consideration? Should it be more important what the candidate is good for the United States, or good for Israel, or good for the Jewish people? And I must say that first comes the Jewish people. We need to take care and make sure that the candidate is still good for the Jewish people. Thank God these days our candidates are very pro Israel and very pro Jewish, and they're willing to help us and they want to help us. And it's basically a question of degree. So if you feel that this candidate is more pro Israel than the other candidate, well, you may support him. um, or or another candidate is more pro-Israel, whatever it may be. But this certainly should be a major consideration for Jewish people. It certainly should be a consideration. So if you're looking at who to vote for, that should be definitely a consideration. It's certainly important also how that candidate will be as far as the economy is concerned, the homeless situation, unemployment, uh, preventing the virus and things like that. These are all very, very important ideals. But very high up on the list has to be support for the Jewish people and for the state of Israel. That has to be an important part as well, an extremely important part as well. So I want to wish you all a good week, good voting. I hope you'll all vote. It's very important. It's an important election. And I'll see you again on Friday. Shalom.